Hi everybody. Happy Labor Day. I hope you all had a good weekend, and I haven't done one of these videos in a while, and Mark has been doing them, and I think it's time that we all share, just touch on one brief concept to help people. And the one I want to touch on, somebody asked on social media, actually on one of our YouTube videos today, remember we've got the 23 days to freedom from addiction. Those are still up on our YouTube channel, and they're also up with the worksheets still up on our thefreedommodel.org. If you look at thefreedommodel.org/23 days, you will see the notes and the worksheets from our 23 Days to Freedom series that we did during the height of the lockdowns, which was, we did that through the month of April to help people. We take you through the 23 chapters of our book. So I think it was chapter 4 or video 4. We had a question. It was a really great question. It was about how do you moderate? How exactly does that happen? And does, there's a really, basically I say we took 23 chapters to explain moderation, because first you have to kind of debunk the idea that nobody can moderate. So we do that in the first few chapters. Then you got to figure out exactly what you like about heavy use, what you like about intoxication. And so in a nutshell, in order to moderate, you have to change your relationship with the substance. You have to change it completely. And what that means is you have to go from thinking that you need this substance every day for whatever it is you think you need it for. Many people get to the point where they believe that they can't live. I can remember when I first stopped everything, it was 1990, and I had been a heavy drug user up until early 1990. And then I kind of quit drugs, but I was drinking every day very, very heavily those last 6 months, because I was like, yay, I stopped drugs. But now all of a sudden, I wanted to be intoxicated all the time. I felt like I needed alcohol to get through my day. And so I would drink continuously from the moment I got up to the moment I went to bed. And I can remember I was talking to a friend of mine and who was a heavy pot smoker, and I told her I'd quit smoking and quit other drugs as well. And she said, I couldn't get through a day without pot. And I said, you know what? I thought the same way too, but I seem to be managing. And she goes, yeah, but you're drinking. And I said, well, eventually I'm hoping I'll be able to get through the day without that too. And so even then in 1990, I knew that there was something wrong with my relationship with alcohol. Now, I believed that it was because I was an alcoholic by genetics. I believed that that I had inherited it from my father's family. It was a good long line of Irish drunks. My mother's family was Italian, and they seemed to be able to drink without issue. But my dad's family always drank to excess. So the things that I learned, the relationship I learned with alcohol was skewed. It was skewed in such a way that I felt like I needed alcohol to get through my day. And so the key to being able to moderate your use of a substance, whatever substance that may be, is this substance has to go from being everything to you to being nothing. And some people might say, well, then I won't want to use it at all. And you may not. You may decide that abstinence is a better avenue for you. And it was for me for 20 years. So sometimes to be able to get to that point, for many people to be able to get to that point, to switch that, they have to be abstinent for a period of time. And that I needed to. I needed to know that I could get through everything I used to use alcohol to get through without it. And that took me a few years of living my life. I lost someone very, very close to me in those first few years, and I got through that without alcohol. I switched jobs. I, was in a new relationship that could be very volatile, like early relationships can be. I ended up having children. I had a baby in those first few years and got married and all of these things. And I did it all without needing alcohol or any other drugs. So that is the key. If you're really looking for how you can moderate. Alcohol has to become, or whatever substance that you prefer, has to become nothing more than a small treat that you enjoy in moderation once in a while. And about 10 years ago, I decided that alcohol could be that for me, and it is. It is something that is a nice treat that I enjoy once in a while. It doesn't help me to relax. It doesn't solve my problems. It doesn't help me to get through trauma. It doesn't help relieve my stress. It doesn't do any of those things for me. It is no different than every once in a while, having a piece of cake, which I don't do very often. But every once in a while, I might have a piece of cake, one piece of cake, not the whole cake. So that is what, anything that you want to use in moderation, that's the key, is to change your relationship, whether that's food, whether that's even shopping or video games or gambling. You have to get to understand, you have to come to the realization that I don't need this. I don't need this for any reason. It's just nice once in a while. So that's my lesson for today. Thank you for watching.